Yeah, and hi everyone. Today is August the 5th, 2025, and it's going to be a very short video to share some fairly interesting things in the research that I'm doing that I thought you would enjoy as well in the midst of our world going more insane. It can be good to not forget, to not focus on the totally on the end result of where all this is going, but to stay still active with the things that are important to you. I will be putting up some stuff on my website in a few days, and when that's up, I'll let you guys know what's there and what's coming. But that's a few days away. I've been working a bit on a Southern France book on a Rennes Le Chateau-ish project, which again encompasses that 12-part series that I did here that was very popular, actually. And it's time to go, because that was from research from 10 years ago. So there's another 1,000 pages of stuff that hasn't been done, plus a bunch more. And I thought it's time to start working on that project. So what I'm sharing with today is a couple of very strange photographs from the Rennes Le Chateau story that I thought you would also find strange. So it's coming, one of the key photos is coming from this book. You can find it in many places on the internet, but it just happens I'm getting it from Pierre Jarnac's fairly famous book, Les Archives de Rennes Le Chateau, which includes a lot of photographs and material on the subject. And if you go to very early on to it, page 3, you'll see that this is the facing page. You get a photo of Noel Corbu and the image of the Magdalene altar. But it's on the other page we're going to more look at, which is supposed to be a photo of Marie d'Arnaud and her father. And you can see the bottom. If we go now to a more complete image, you'll see that it's, if you get closer to it, Les jeunes années de Marie d'Arnaud, the younger years of Marie d'Arnaud. It's supposed to be, this is the housekeeper slash mistress slash alchemical worker of Saunier, right? His close confidant. And a picture of her and her father from when she was a teenager. But it should be obvious as soon as you look at this photo that it's an early version of Photoshop. There's no way that her head and his head would be that size. If she's actually sitting on his lap or standing beside them, as this is supposed to be suggested, first of all, it's indicating she's the same height as him, which is not the case. Marie d'Arnaud was quite small. And you can see that her head is just not fitting in clearly. And if you look really closely down the center of the photograph, you can actually, where the two bodies are supposed to meet, you can clearly see the cut line where her photo was pasted in on top of his. So you have to ask a question. Now, as far as I understand, this is the only photo of her with her father. And there's not a lot of photos of the pre-1917 period of Rennes Le Chateau. There are some. And a lot of them are strange. This is a really good example of strangeness. Like, why would you need to fake this? Why would you need to create a photograph of her with her father? Is that really her father? Is she really who she says she is? Because we have another photo here that comes up a bit later. And this one is of mainly, now I'm not sure who all the people are in the photo, besides Saunier in the back. And in the front is a woman named, at this time, I guess, at the time of the photo, Julie Fons. I can't remember what her original last name was, Malville. Supposedly one of Marie d'Arnaud's stepsisters. She had a number of stepsisters who also all lived in the chateau or in the presbytery with Saunier, and was a part. She's also listed as a part of a couple of key finds early on in the story. This is supposed to be a photo, I guess, after she's married. Now, I'm not really sure if the guy in the back is the husband, if it's another brother. I'm not sure totally if the two people in there are supposed to be her parents, the husband's parents. But we have a photo of, and there's a second photo taken from the same place. What I hadn't noticed before, though, is if you look in the back, Saunier standing at the top of the steps, he's got the hand in the jacket um, posture. It's the only hand in the jacket image I found of Saunier, but I've seen this photo a few times over the last 20 years, just going through material, and I totally missed it. And so now one of the things I'm doing is I'm going back into more detail to examine these photographs. We've got it because you have a set of 30, he made 33 postcards. Yeah, that number. He made exactly 33 postcards. I think it was 1905, 1906. Most of them photos of the garden space, him and other people in the garden or in the areas, some photos of inside the church, some of the area. I'm going to look at those much more closely and the other photographs that we have because, again, the photo you're looking at here, that's a fake photograph. So why do you need to fake it? And it's telling me the research that there's way more to her importance than has been told. There's way more to her story than is being told. And obviously, they've had to create something like this a long time ago to falsify something. That's why am I sharing this story with you? Well, it's another indication of how deep the deception of our realm is. I mean, even something like this, a little story about a priest in a small French town, which granted in the 1970s and 80s exploded into a multi-million dollar story, one way or another. But it's just one of many stories in the area. But the deceptions, the number of people who've been involved in telling the story and researching the story with very strange backgrounds and obviously creating deceptions just around this story, if you start extrapolating it to all the other historical narratives that exist, if they're falsifying information here, if they're doctoring photographs here, it's been happening with every story in history. That's why I'm just sharing it here as a reminder to, if you're still looking into historical matters on any level, don't take anything for granted. It's like, just don't take any narrative as the narrative. Dig into it, look into it, like track back, like literally track. Start every time you get a name, track it. Every time you get a date, track the date. Every time you get a photograph, look closely at the photograph. Because stuff like this, the research I'm doing now is indicating everything is distorted. And of course, that should also tell you that everything that's called news today, guaranteed is distorted. And it's guaranteed it's distorted because while I think they had AI a long time ago, it's been hidden and it's been used. One of the things AI has been used for, along with the stuff that's been done in newsbenders, which is generate the narrative forward, it's also been to falsify history. AI has been used for a long time to falsify history. Now they're falsifying the present so well that half of the photographs you see with any news story, probably AI. Doesn't matter what the news story is, it's probably AI. It's probably not even close to being a real photograph or a slightly piece of a real photograph with a whole bunch of other stuff in it. That makes it really difficult. It was difficult to trust anything 20 years ago. It's almost impossible to trust anything you're seeing or hearing now. And so, just to show you two photographs from the research that's being done opens up a ton of questions, not just about that one story. It opens up questions about every story. So, just shared that with you as a little drop in. I haven't talked about Rennes Le Chateau here for a long, long time. And so there you go. I'll put something up in a few days when this stuff on the website is ready and you can go and see that. Otherwise, settle in. August could be a interesting month. So we'll catch up with you later. Cheers.